All right, welcome to Last Minute Betting with the Sports Nuts. This is your quick fix for sports betting. Brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company. And I say the same things over and over and over. You got to get tired of hearing me, but you know what? First off, you got to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Would you do that for me? Also, the Discord link is below for the paid picks. Go get that now. That's in the description here on YouTube. You can't get it anywhere else. OddsJam Player Prop mobile app, which is totally free. That link is there. There's a form in the description to get a personal one-on-one tutorial. You can do it with me, Mike, or Randall. Links below for the best sports books in your state, and the OddsJam Partner Program is there too. So that takes care of all that stuff. I know Mike's here somewhere in the background. He's going to show up at any time. Well,
I tried to, and then you wanted to remove me.
No, I was trying to add you, but that's okay. That's what happens when you get too many Chiefs and not enough Indians. All right. I'm just going to start off with this. You said it on Twitter last night. You're absolutely right. I'm going to give you some crap. Okay?
Okay.
I had a couple of guaranteed plays. I talked to a couple of people today that couldn't believe that I got Aaron Donald at plus 135 on a sack. And Von Miller. He couldn't believe that the number was there.
Yeah.
Okay. You should go with me on this stuff.
Look, Bob, the problem was heading into this first game, it's tough. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I expected a completely different game than what we saw last night, obviously, but I was dead wrong. You were right. Those were great plays, and they all came through and hit. And my bet last night, which was mainly on the Rams money line, was an absolute flop. And, Jalen Ramsey showed me one thing. He all bark, no bite. He's a guy who wants to be a lock. I mean, he's a good cornerback, but, this is a guy who has been on the record talking trash on Josh Allen, saying he's not a good quarterback. Well, how about don't worry about Josh Allen? Why don't you lock up Stephon Diggs, who absolutely torched you last night? A no-show by the Rams defensively. Allen had the 2 interceptions. You had 2 turnovers. The Rams didn't capitalize on those. Matthew Stafford, he must have forgotten that he had Allen Robinson as a weapon because he looked to only be looking for Cooper Kupp. And that is not why you brought in a guy like Allen Robinson, is to just fall in love with Cooper Kupp every play.
According to Sean McVay, that was his fault.
That's fine. And that's Sean McVay taking the blame off Stafford and doing what a coach does. But
he didn't call any plays for him. He flat out said.
Why'd you bring him in? Why did you bring a guy like that in?
I don't know, Mike. It's one game, but you know what? This just goes to show you one thing. Number one, Kroenke still sucks. All right. Number 2, all right, I'm going to throw this out here. They should have never won the Super Bowl last year. They shouldn't have been in it with as many turnovers as they had against Tampa Bay. They were lucky to be there. They shouldn't have been in it, but they did, and they won. But there are an overrated team, and you better watch out because that division is going to be up for grabs. And, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. You just better watch out for little Kyler Murray. He's coming after you, baby.
Well, I mean, look, I won't disagree with the fact that the Rams Super Bowl run was not exactly super impressive. I will admit that. I mean, they're lucky they beat the 49ers. We know about the dropped interception. That probably changes things there. And against Tampa Bay, they blew a 27-3 lead. And, if it wasn't for a bomb to Cooper Kupp to put them, inside like the 10-yard line to kick the game-winning field goal, who knows what happens there. So, yeah, I agree with that. Overrated? I don't know. I mean, they were trailing Cincinnati in that game in the Super Bowl as well. So
let's get to the important stuff here. What's up, guys, from the Daily Schmidt? Great call last night, Bob. That's all I wanted to say.
Great call. Great calls.
Yeah.
I think since we're talking NFL, Bob, I think we need to do some line shopping in some of these NFL games.
And we're going to in just a second. I want to share my screen and look. By the way, I came so close to taking the Cubs today on the money line. It didn't, and they're up 4-0 right now in the 8th
it's
inning.
4-2.
Oh, it's 4-2. Okay, well maybe I didn't make the wrong move there.
Well, no, I mean it's still likely going to happen. Probably. A lot of these underdogs are making some noise right now, Bob.
We have taken on Morning Coffee. We took the Cardinals -1.5 today. We took the Orioles on the money line and the Orioles -1.5 because that kid pitching for the Orioles, Mike, he's been hot.
Yeah.
He's been hotter than a firecracker. And we also, I'm looking at Dodgers on the money line tonight.
Well, and a much needed day of rest for Baltimore after kind of getting thumped there by Toronto, especially in the doubleheader, but losing 3 or 4 to them. Now they get a day off and they can rest up. I think that will help them. And Bello on the mound for Boston. I think Baltimore should be in good shape tonight.
We are on Facebook Live and we're also on Twitter Live. Don LaGrasso's watching right now. What's up, Don? And we've got I went to the positive EV page. Let me go ahead and put the recommended filters in there, and let's see what we come up with. We got Yankees over 3.5 runs, 18-cent market with plus 115. No Vic fair odds plus 120 on BetMGM.
Well, that's tough. I mean, Rasmussen on the mound for Tampa Bay.
Right.
The Yankees definitely, they lose 4-3 yesterday, but oftentimes when they have been winning, they have covered that number. Although the last series they just played, it was in Tampa Bay, Bob. They won 2-1, they lost 2-1, and they lost 9-0. So they definitely didn't cover that team total in any of those games. So I'm going to stay away from that.
Okay, we're going to lay off. We're going to lay off it.
You'll let me finish, Bob.
Go ahead.
I'm done now, but you didn't let me finish.
I'm trying to get to, dude. I'm trying to get this stuff. We got to go. I've got to get to. Let's go to, and I just hit the wrong number there. Let's hit the main market and the alternate market. Let's see what the positive EV page has to offer us here. That same play is still there. 28-cent market with YRFI. Here we go. First half point spread, UCF and Louisville. There are people out there that think Louisville is going to be winning at halftime. The positive EV says UCF. I'm guessing not.
You cut out, Bob. I don't even know what you said.
UCF and Louisville.
Right.
UCF -3. First half point spread. Do you like that or not?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay. All right, let's hit that. I think the point spread for the game is 6. So let's hit that. Guardians first half money line. I actually like the Guardians tonight. And I actually like the Guardians in the first half run line plus 0.5. I'm going to take that. And then I want to do one other thing, and then we're going to do the NFL looking at the weekend because we've got to get into a little bit of that. Let us change this to player props in the market. And let's change the market width to 40 cents. All right. There is the Tommy Edman play, plus 125 over 1.5 player bases. He's been on a extra base hit streak lately. I like the way Edman is swinging the bat, 4.99%. I'm hitting that one right there. Player strikeouts, Mike. I tell everybody when I'm doing other shows that you are big on player strikeouts. Austin Voth, over 3.5 player strikeouts. Do you like that play or not?
Oh, yeah, I think I would roll with that. Voth has definitely been pretty good lately, only needing 4 strikeouts there. So, I mean, when you look at Voth, I mean, he's not necessarily a big-time strikeout pitcher, but I like that play.
Okay. Now I'm going to shift gears, Mike, and I'm going to go to the NFL, and I want to show you something. And by the way, I talked to Randall earlier today. Sacks are not available yet. They probably won't be available until Saturday, tomorrow, probably mid-afternoon. That is one player prop that does not come out right away. But I want to show you something here, Mike, because there is value here in this. There's something that we need to take a look at. Look at all of player assists, receptions, touchdowns, passing yards, rushing yards, kicking points, interceptions, field goals made, receiving yards, tackles, and assists. We've even got something on the defensive end, not just tackles and assists, extra points made, passing attempts, rushing attempts, just a lot of player props. I love this, Mike, passing plus rushing with a guy like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. And then player rushing plus receiving yards, these running backs. There are a lot of player props that you and I are going to delve into as we go through this year of football. I think we're going to enjoy it a lot, don't you?
Absolutely, Bob. I'm going to remove myself from the stream. I got to handle one thing real quick, and then I'll be right back in, Bobby.
Okay. All right. So I'm looking at one game that is really big starting off. I mean, we got the Steelers and Bengals. It's at Cincinnati. Cincinnati, the AFC champions. And the money line right now has the Bengals, and rightfully so, as the favorite on the money line, minus 270. Steelers you can get for plus 235. The line is 6 to 6.5. Now, I don't know if anybody's in here making any comments at all or not yet, and I do have a few. The Daily Schmidt. No such thing as a plus 300 ML money line in MLB. They're typically worth a sprinkle. I'm only going to sprinkle if I think it's going to happen. Mookie Betts versus Clevenger, 14 plate attempts, 7 hits, 4 RBIs, 583 batting average against him. Remember this, my friend. I'm just going to tell you this right now. Remember, a good hitter fails 7 out of 10 times, but he's hitting 300, right? Mookie Betts ain't keeping up that average against Clevenger. He's not going to 600. So I appreciate that, brother, but I will not jump in on that. And if you're right, you can tag me on Twitter and tell me. Mary,
yes, please do. Well, I don't know. Bob Clevenger's just not been very consistent himself. And Bob, when a guy has a guy's number, especially division rivals, think of your Cardinals and Joey Votto and all the success he had. What are you shaking your head? Now you're wanting to change your stance on something, huh?
No, I'm not, dude. I'm not. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. Well, this same logic applies here. Betts has got his number, and I think I would roll with that one as well.
Okay, but he's hitting 583 for the season, Mike. He's not going into the 600s. Okay. All right, Mary.
He said he was going to bat 600.
He's hitting 583 against him now.
Yeah.
If he has a good game against him, if Betts has a good game against him, he's going to be over 600. Everything evens out after a period of time, man. Okay?
Eventually, yeah, but I think you got to roll with what's been working.
Mary Beckham's in the house on Facebook. Thank you for joining us, my dear. All right, I just talked. I just talked about the Steelers spread, 6.5. I almost think I like taking the Steelers plus 6.5 in this game, Mike.
I'm not touching the Steelers in this game. I mean, this is an offensive line that is awful and horrendous, and they're going to have to protect Mitch Trubisky, who's already, questionable in terms of what he can do. Now you got him behind a bad offensive line, and now you're matching him up with one of the best defensive lines, arguably, in all of football, in the Cincinnati Bengals. No thanks on that. I am not taking the Steelers plus 6.5.
Okay. All right.
I would like to look at the Carolina-Cleveland game, though. I think that one we should take a look at.
Oh, that's a marquee matchup. All right. Money line has it's pretty well dead even. This is a
pick'em game, yeah. And to me, I think this is no doubt a pick'em game. It's in Carolina. Baker Mayfield facing his former team. I'm not sold on a guy like Amari Cooper. He don't make a difference to me. I think I'm going to roll with the Carolina Panthers in this spot.
I will agree with you 100%. As a matter of fact, I think I'll take Carolina plus 1.5.
Yeah, I could roll with that.
I'm going to do that. Let's do it. Let's hit it.
And look, I know this revenge factor may not count but I think it does. You know how fiery and kind of fierce Baker Mayfield is, and I'm not a big Baker Mayfield fan, but I do think that this could very well turn into a massacre for Carolina. I think they can end up blowing this team out. I really do. That could happen.
I'm looking at this Baltimore Jets game, Mike, and I am so close to taking the Jets first game of the season. Man, plus 6.5. I'm getting 6.5 points, man. It's really tempting to take. I'm hitting it.
Who? I'm not touching the Jets. God, no.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take.
No.
I'm taking it for
you're the only man.
Half a unit.
I can't get in on that. Goofy. I don't know what you're thinking there.
They're going first.
You don't even know what you're thinking.
Sure, I do.
No, you
they had
don't.
a really good preseason. They're ready.
Oh,
preseason. They're going to surprise the New York teams this year. You mark my words. The New York teams this year are going to surprise some people.
Well, they're not going to surprise me week one. Not at least not the Jets.
What the?
No way. No way. Sorry, Bob. I can't get in on that. And the Giants won't be surprising week one either, I don't think. Although I think the Giants would have the better chance because let's face it, Tennessee, we got to figure out.
Half a unit, man. I'm taking a half a unit on it.
No
Commanders, anything with them? Do you feel Commanders and Jaguars, Dolphins, Patriots?
Yeah, I think I like Jacksonville there, Bob, to be honest with you.
Why?
Because I think Jacksonville is a better team, honestly.
Okay. Well, they're the dog and they're a road dog.
I think Lawrence will have a better year this year. I expect him to bounce back. You got Carson Wentz for Washington. Can't trust him. Don't believe in him. I think I like Jacksonville in this spot.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to let you have that because I can't jump in on that. Can't jump in on Jacksonville.
Okay. But you'll take the Jets over the Ravens to cover. Okay.
No. I'm just to cover.
That's what I said, to cover.
It's because it's 6.5.
So Baltimore is going to win by at least a touchdown. I would pretty well be sure of, right?
The 7 doesn't have.
Have you seen what Baltimore does when they win in week one?
The 7 doesn't have a number, Mike, yet. Okay. Pinnacle has it. None of the other sports books have it right now. Otherwise, I'd take 7 and probably be a push.
Well, I'm saying that the Ravens are going to win by at least 7. So therefore, your 6.5 doesn't cover.
And once again, you thought the Rams were going to win, and I said they weren't. You thought Aaron Donald.
So we're going by one game here. We're going by one game here.
I'm undefeated, baby girl.
Oh, baby, what? You just call me baby girl?
Ooh, baby girl.
Bob, what is wrong
Yeah.
with you? What are you drinking in that Cardinal cup?
It is water because I just got
What
done
else? Water and
water. Just plain water, dude.
well,
Drink of champions.
that game last night went to your head.
It's going to go to my head because I'm on a roll. First of all, undefeated in college football live plays. Also, I'm
Thank you, Stuart.
I'm up 2 units.
Thank you, Stuart.
Hey, Stu, how you doing, man?
Appreciate you backing me on that. I'm glad I'm not the only one which I'm not. I mean, I don't know how many people are on the Ravens in this spot. So I
may be a mistake. You never know.
Well, yeah, it's a mistake. So get it out of your bet tracker. And don't place the bet, more importantly.
I'm keeping that bet there, baby. And I'm telling you right now, if it comes through, come Monday.
Are you going to bet it?
Oh, yeah.
You aren't going to bet. You're not betting that.
Yeah, 6.5. Yep.
Kiss that money goodbye.
Come on, man. You got to gamble. That's why they call it gambling. Not everything.
Look, if you're going to go out on a limb, I mean, don't go out on a limb with the Jets. I mean, that's a very, very thin limb. I mean, it's not going to hold you at all, Bob. You're going to snap instantly. Come on now.
You know, here's the key, all right? The secondary of the Jets will probably hang in there. It's whether the Jets can stop the run game. If they stop the run game, Mike, they will cover the spread, okay? I'm telling you, they will.
Okay, well, Joe Flacco is your guy, so
there you go.
Good luck.
Right. He got me a Super Bowl, man.
You? When did he get you a Super Bowl, Bob?
When I was rooting for him and picked him.
My goodness, man.
All right, let's go to pick another game you want to talk about in the NFL before we run out of time here.
Well, look, you're real high on the Arizona Cardinals, so let's look at the Cardinals Chiefs.
All right, I'll do that for you. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, I'm not going with the Cardinals in this game, obviously.
Oh, you're not too high on them then, huh?
Not in this game.
Well, if they play the Chiefs and then the Raiders, so if they don't fare very well against the Chiefs, they're probably not going to fare very well in Las Vegas against the Raiders. Then they play the Rams. The Rams should handle them fairly easily. Boy, I don't know, Bob.
I hate to tell you this, Mike, but the Rams could start out 1-2, man.
Okay.
The only feel I have for this game is I think I like the over in this game, 53.5.
Yeah, I would probably tend to lean the over in this game as well, and especially considering how and Arizona's been a good week 1 team as well, truth be told, with Kyler Murray. I mean, they definitely have made some noise and been fairly decent in week 1s. The same with Murray as well. Same with the Chiefs and Mahomes. So, yeah, I think I would take the over, but I also don't think that I would. I'm not hesitating taking the Chiefs on that -6.5.
Now, let me tell you something, Mike. Here's why I'm just going to throw this at you. If the Jets win,
I'm just not a believer in the Cardinals.
Right. If the Jets win, it all of a sudden elevates my handicapping ability way above you. Way above.
How? Bob, you just took a shot in the dark with that Jets bet. It's not like you handicapped it, dude. You just literally said, I think I'll go with the Jets.
No.
I think I'll go with the Jets.
Honestly, honest to God.
That's all you did. I could do that. Hold on a minute, Bob. Let's go with, let me close my eyes and point on a game here. I think I'll go with Dallas. I think I'll go with the Giants. I think I'll go with the Vikings.
It's all about the Jets stopping the run game. If they are capable of doing that, they will cover. I'm not saying they're winning the game. If they stop Baltimore's run game, because their secondary is pretty good. if they stop the run game.
Well, part of stopping the run game, Bob, will entail stopping Lamar Jackson. I don't think they will.
You know what the problem is going to be with Lamar Jackson? Mark my words, okay? Y'all think he's going to have a great season. He already turned down a contract. There's going to be pressure in that locker room for him turning down, wanting to do an extension with Baltimore. I'm sorry, dude. I wouldn't put a ton of faith in Lamar Jackson for this year for that reason.
I'm not putting a lot of faith in Lamar Jackson. I'm just putting faith in the Jets being the Jets.
Okay. All right.
Simple as that.
I'm going back to the Joe Namath days. Come on, Jets.
Hey, I will say the Jets have drafted well, so I don't think it's. I think in a couple of years the Jets could be better, but not right now, Bob. I mean,
I never said right now they're just going to cover, man. It's 6.5 points.
No, Stewart said it best. Jets will lose by 40, Bob.
I'm going to wait and see if it goes to 7 or 7.5, man. Okay. All right, that takes care of us for this week. Now I don't have to deal with this guy till next week. Thank goodness.
Well, hey, no. We will likely be back for a stream.
I'm on top. Okay, I'm winning this football match.
It's NFL Sunday. We'll probably be back. We'll be back.
Maybe you may be back.
We gotta be
by yourself.
I'll do it by myself. That's fine.
Peace.